Oh, we're back. We're back. Well, you guys turned the cameras on before I wasn't even ready. Well, but here I am. Well, I am ready now. Okay, so me. Oh, that Game of Thrones is what they play. A house of cards, just day by day. The voters lose in every way. It's just like I always say. It's sideshow infotainment of politicians and news anchors and talking points that make my eardrums bleed. Oh, that Donald Trump's got quite the past with an NFT scam straight from his ass. An indictment should be coming fast. But it's all a joke and he's just laughing last. It's sideshow infotainment, politicians and news anchors, and talking points that make my eardrums bleed. The most trusted puppet in media is me. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman.
I'll tell you the problem with the scientific power that you're using here. It didn't require any discipline to attain it. You read what others had done, and you took the next step. You didn't earn the knowledge for yourselves, so you don't take any responsibility for it. I don't think you're giving us undue credit. Scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before. Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they just don't think they should.
Well, it's about that time. Of course, we talk about what we learned today. And one of the things that we did learn is what I've been telling you guys this whole time. Here I've been reporting since Roswell, and I've always been telling you guys that aliens were a myth. But now we actually have the Pentagon who's saying now that there is no such thing as aliens. And well, of course, because they say there's no intelligent life here on Earth. Yeah, there's no intelligent life here. So why would there be any aliens, of course, if there's no intelligent life here on Earth to begin with? So once again, here I am, validated per usual. And of course, all of you want to just sit there and think that I'm just making this up. Now, listen, if I've been reporting since Roswell and I'm telling you there's no such thing as aliens, you should probably listen to me by now. What else do we have? Oh, yes, singing Christmas carols. Singing Christmas carols is beneficial. So all of you people out there that hate Mariah Carey, if you hate Mariah Carey, you hate All I Want for Christmas Is You, then you're a bah humbug Scrooge. You should probably go around and gather with your friends and go ahead and go ahead and just start singing Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas. Listen, it's going to make you feel a lot better. I promise you, because that's what study shows. Why are you going to argue with science? You're going to argue with science when it tells you that Christmas caroling together is going to be. What do you mean Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You is not a Christmas carol? Bah humbug on that idea. You should do it anyways. What else do we have? Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is interesting. NFL executives compare the NFL draft combine to a slave auction. Well, man, if that's something interesting, I don't know what is. That sounds rough. What else do we have here? So, yeah, how about this? Deer disease threatens population. Well, I've always got tired of sitting there hearing about people running into deer, but there's a deer disease that herds across America. So what is it? During Missouri's rifle hunting season, state conservation officials in more than 24 locations spend 12 hours a day removing and testing lymph nodes from herds of deer carcasses brought in by hunters. They're looking for chronic wasting disease, a deadly, incurable condition on the rise across the country. The disease was first found in a captive deer in Colorado in the 1960s and in wild deer in the 1980s. But the 2000s, the disease began to spread faster. So watch out. Watch out for that. What else do we have? Oh, yes, DFS. I think you're in California. Shout out to DFS. Also, shout out to Animal Mother Customs. as well. Destiny over here, Jeezy Creasy, Ash Bailey, MC DJ, everybody, of course, who is chatting, of course. But I think DFS is in California. $11 for a head of lettuce. $11 for a head of lettuce. Oh my goodness! You talk about inflation. So would you pay $11 for a head of lettuce? Depends on what kind of lettuce it is. Is it romaine or is it just iceberg? Is the iceberg lettuce $11? That's really the question. What type of lettuce is it grown organically or is it covered in pesticides? That's what I want to know. Another thing we have here. Oh, you guys ever heard about that chatbot GPT or whatever? Well, it's being used for people who are lonely. Yeah, so if you're lonely, just go ahead and go to the chatbot GPT, GTP. Well, anyways, whatever it is, just type in chatbot in Google. And if you're feeling lonely, what you need to do is just start talking to the chatbot. Start asking it questions; it'll respond back to you. I was doing some research the other day and wrote a whole script for my show. No, I didn't use it, of course, because why would I use a script that a AI would generate when here I am, just a broadcast professional, been doing this since Roswell, which I told you that aliens aren't real. But yeah, well, I mean, but no, it does. You can probably ask it to write a song for you. Go over and ask the chatbot what if it could write a new Christmas carol, one that's not used before. It'll do it for you. Chatbot's crazy, definitely. And if you're feeling lonely, just go ahead and start typing in the chatbot, and the chatbot will start talking back to you. That's what people are doing. So if you're upset about the head of lettuce being $11, maybe you should do that to the chatbot too. But what you should do is also watch My Little Pony, because I was told earlier in the broadcast that if you watch My Little Pony, you might get lucky with a girlfriend. No, seriously, that's what they said. They said that if you watch My Little Pony, you might get lucky. You might end up with a girlfriend on your finger and a bunch of potato kids. Oh yeah, well, right. Yep. That's what was said. You watch My Little Pony, you end up getting a girlfriend on your finger, and then you end up having a bunch of My Little Potato kids, right? My Little Potato Head. I don't know. Well, listen, it goes from the finger to the kids, I guess. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but I will tell you one of the things you can do is be ready for us next week. We will be here on Christmas Eve, and we'll be taking phone calls during Christmas Eve, and for well, all day during the show. So you guys can tell us what your favorite Christmas special is, and also what your favorite toy that you got for Christmas as well. Once again, so we are broadcasting live from WDCE 90.1 FM out of the University of Richmond, at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman here on YouTube. And we are once again going to be back next week. Also, follow me on Sam Newsman at Instagram, Sam Newsman on Twitter. I'm also on Facebook. Don't do a lot of stuff on Facebook, but you can follow me there too. YouTube, Twitch. We got a lot of things coming in 2023, but we will be back next week, setting the standard, raising the bar, here on the only radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning. Shout out, of course, to S3D Toys. I see that, and also Daredevil over there. Once again, Animal Mother Customs. Those customs are right over here. Follow Animal Mother Customs and go reach out to Animal Mother Customs if you would like to have your own amazing custom action figure. Yeah, no, I mean, you should. You should. Cancel Lord Blanket. Well, I tell you what. I'm not really sure about what's going on with Lord Blanket, but we do know that Toy Town has risen. Toy Town has risen, and it has something to do with Trumpy Bear behind me's Toy Town NFTs. Sold out already. Not exactly sure what that's all about. But anyways, like I said, we'll be back next week here, like I said, on the only radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning. Download the Simple Radio app. Germ's coming up here in just a few moments just to thank you all, because I got to get out of here. I got things to do. But I'll see you all later. And what was that? Yeah, download the Simple Radio app, search WDCE to listen to the show live. And like I said, we'll be back next week. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday Morning Radio.